Hello and welcome. You're watching Trending Tech on NewsX World, where we bring you the latest tech breakthroughs and trends from around the globe. The global AI debate is heating up. Meta has blocked teens from using its AI characters, sparking questions around whether this is about safety or simply protecting reputations. In Malaysia, access to Grok AI has been reopened after new safety measures suggesting governments may favour regulation over full bans. At the same time, OpenAI pushes for AI in daily life, raising concerns about potential risks in decision-making. With Australia limiting teens' access to social media, experts are asking if similar rules should apply to advanced AI. Today, we will take a closer look at safety, regulation, and the rapidly evolving world of artificial intelligence. Joining us now to discuss this and more is Ritesh Bhatia. He is a cybercrime investigator and cybersecurity consultant with over 21 years of experience in digital forensics, data privacy, and cybersecurity. He has helped corporates, law enforcement, and individuals in India and abroad protect against and respond to cyber threats. Thank you very much for joining us, Mr. Bhatia. It's a pleasure to have you here on NewsX World.
Thank you, Thomas. Thank you so much.
Let's get straight into this. Of course, Meta has halted teen access to AI characters globally. Do you see this as genuine safety leadership or reputational risk management? What do you think led to Meta's decision?
Well, Thomas, I really don't think so that this is their genuine concern, because this is not the first time that Meta has been into such kind of troubled waters. I think there's like a lawsuit that's pending, and I think next week or in the coming week itself, they have summoned him, and I think this is just a reaction to that, showing that how much do they care and all. But I really don't feel so that is the case. Because personally, I've helped a lot many such teenagers when they approach me, and I've seen the help from Meta is is amongst the worst amongst all the other tech platforms. So I really don't see this as a proactive measure. Rather, it looks like a reactive thing, and I'm not at all confident that this is going to be there forever kind of a thing. Because even if you see those AI characters and the AI chatbots that it created, what it had been doing was it was actually pushing a lot many such sexual avatars and sexual chatbots even to these teens. I mean, it very well knew that these are the teens, and yet it kept doing that. Now, you don't expect a teen to go and take an effort of going to the three dots and say that not interested, or this is something that's harmful or something like that. They would just, either they would get excited about it and they would want to know more about it, or these people would just go and kind of say ignore, but they would never ever report. So Thomas, to answer it in to summarize this, no, it doesn't look like that they are really serious about it. It is just like a temporary fix just because the hearing is scheduled.
And of course, Grok AI has been pretty central. It's been in the news quite a lot, of course, for its controversies. It even forced governments like Malaysia to put a block on it initially due to these controversies around it. But it's lifted its block on the AI after these safety measures were added. Does this signal that governments are becoming more confident in regulating AI rather than banning it outright?
Absolutely. I think it all started with India, and I must say that our MP, Rajya Sabha MP Priyanka Chaturvedi was the first one to call out the IT minister and even to Elon Musk that listen, this is just not done. And thereafter, a lot many victims also started narrating their stories. They started speaking to the media, and the government took immediate action. And following that, there were the governments of the other countries also which started taking an action, like you're talking about Malaysia and all. But again, if you see, initially over here also, for Elon Musk, it was like, he didn't comment on it. In fact, he showed what are the other platforms also doing. Like, it said like OpenAI is doing it, Google's Gemini is also doing it, so is ours, which is doing it. But he forgot that, if those are doing it, they're sharing it. It's just between them and the user. Over here on Grok, what was happening? Using using Grok on X, what was happening? That all those, whatever it would do, like, put them in a bikini or undress them, it was like showing it to the entire world also, to the users out over there also. So, they really didn't take an action. It was only when the government of India and the governments of the other countries also started doing it, that is the time it realized. And AI is a beast. It's a rising beast, and we need to control it. And hence, regulations are more important. The governments of the world have proved it that yes, they can do if it is required. And I so wish that this happened even during the time when the social media came up. But then we saw that, we were not really able to tame it at that point of time. So I'm glad that the government is taking note, because if this time this beast goes out of control, then we all know how dangerous it can be.
And in a related development to that, of course, startups are warning that these AI compliance burdens could hurt innovation in the field. How can regulation be designed without killing early stage innovation, or can it?
No, I would want to ask these AI startups as to what kind of compliances do they really have to go to. I think there are the two basic things. It's like privacy by design and privacy by default. Security by design and security by default. The moment you're taking care of these two things, I don't think so you really need to be scared about the compliances also, because it's at the end of the day, why all these things are happening, whether we are talking about the undressing, or we are talking about these sex bots, or we are talking about, like, the misuse of AI, which are being used by the cyber criminals to perform, like, large attacks like ransomwares and business email compromise scams, and a lot more. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. And in fact, it is just the start. So I don't think so these guys are fair in saying that, okay, there's a lot of compliance that they will have to, like, kind of take care of, because the moment you put security and privacy of the users before your profits, I don't think so you really have to worry about anything else.
And Ritesh, OpenAI, Sam Altman's company, says it wants to increase AI use in daily life. That can be of all actions, and there's feared to be millions of jobs lost. What are the biggest risks when AI becomes deeply embedded in daily decision making?
Oh, well, I think it directly firstly impacts your intelligence, because nowadays, if you see, people are, the reasoning power, it's just gone down. You just look at people, they, even when it comes to the communication skills, it comes to the reasoning skills, the logical skills, it is directly impacting you there. And what are you again doing? You're making the humans so dependent on the tech. And here I wouldn't blame the tech as such over here. I would want to blame the human as such, because the dependence on it, see, they are not creating a dependence on their platform. We are becoming way too dependent on that. And I think, when even OpenAI is talking about that, we want to get embedded, like, very deeply. It is not that they want to do it for the good of the human race. It's basically because they want to know, because they just want to have the data. Up till now, it was all about the browsing habits and all other kind of things through the apps and all. They knew what we were doing. Now they also know what we are thinking. Earlier, our emotions couldn't be like, the tech, we were not giving out our emotions to the tech. Tech couldn't come to know how emotional or how vulnerable I am. But today, thanks to these AI assistants, it also knows how emotional I am, how vulnerable I am, and this could be literally used against us.
And Ritesh, of course, Australia has a guinea pig policy, banning teens users from social media. Obviously, it took years, social media being around for over a decade. in prominent use prior to this ban happening. Do you think similar age restrictions should be considered for advanced artificial intelligence systems?
Oh, well, I wouldn't say that because with certain regulations in place, it's all about the government also. Like, see, the social media thing, they could see that, they could sense that how it was impacting psychologically, it was impacting emotionally to all of them. And that's the reason the Australian government, took that kind of a stance, and they did it in the social media. But as far as the AI is concerned, if you look at the good side of it, it's a great helpful tool. Like, if today somebody wants to understand what is gravity, okay, they don't have to like go through that, okay, the Newton's law and the apple falling from the tree and all. They can just simply write to AI, and then the AI would explain it to you, like, as if you were like a 5-year-old, or as if you were a 10-year-old, the way you want. So yes, but coming back again to the original question, that the regulations. So once the government, and it shouldn't be just the government alone, it should be the policymakers, the think tanks, the psychologists, the schools, every stakeholder, including the parent and including the children. They come over there and then they say, okay, I think we need this much. We don't need anything beyond this, but this is the least that we want, and this would be great if we have it. So once that's defined, that this is good to have and this is not good to have, I think then the governments of that particular country can do it. Because right now there are no regulatory bodies even within the countries that could guide them.
Of course. And to wrap this up, do you think tech companies are moving fast enough to protect vulnerable users, or are governments now forced to step in? From an enterprise transformation perspective, what mistakes are companies making when they rush to adopt AI?
I think, firstly, no, the tech companies are definitely not moving fast as far as, taking care of the users are concerned. They definitely, and we have seen that through a lot many breaches also that have happened, even using the AI companies also. So it doesn't look like, because, I also run an organization wherein we are looking about AI ethics and AI biases. And I'm seeing it's unethical. We saw that through the undress thing, but there are many biases. Then there has been, like, you must have also heard about that, what happened in US also. It actually told the kid that you must go and die. So there are things. So as far as the AI governance is concerned, I think they are lacking big time. There is nothing that's being taken care of the vulnerable users. And that's the reason the government has to step in again and again.
Thank you so much, Ritesh Bhatia, for taking the time and joining us. It was a pleasure to talk to you.
Same here, Thomas. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's all that we have time for on this episode of Trending Tech, and it's a wrap on this episode. For more tech updates and innovations, stay tuned on